Hi, my name's Judy.
And I'm Ceci.
And together we are
Two Girls on a Mic. Do elevator music.
Hey guys, welcome back to Two Girls on a Mic, a podcast where we talk about anything and everything. And since we're in September, we're going to start talking a little bit more fall stuff. Mm-hmm. We're excited for next month.
I know.
We're actually planning it as we speak.
Yeah.
So we're so excited. So
we have a lot of cool things in the works.
Cool ideas. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be super fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Today we're going to be talking about Judy's field.
Profession. There's a ghost in here. A basket literally just fell and there's literally nobody
in
the
kitchen and there's no fans pointed that
and
way.
They're like, the ghosts are like, we're excited too.
I know. We're here. But yeah, today we're going to be doing an HR episode just because I don't know. I feel like so much goes on in the HR world.
Oh, for sure. And HR is so broad. Like people think just, the person who's firing you. Yeah. But there's so many roles. Mm-hmm. And also one of our listeners actually sent us a story and that kind of gave us the idea to, it'll be a fun, interesting topic.
Episode, But before we get into that, we're going to get into how our weeks has been. We're pre-recording, so it's only been 2 days since we recorded the last
episode. Yeah.
So not much has happened. It's currently
100 and something degrees.
Yeah. It's, I think what you said when you were driving here, the highest amount was
111, which is
in LA.
Insane. Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's hot. Mm-hmm. It's hot. Yesterday we took out a kiddie pool. We bought a kiddie pool from Home Depot for Freddie. He is not the biggest fan, but he's not scared of it, which is good.
He's just like, what is
this? Mm-hmm. But he felt good when he was in it.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting in there with him.
You gotta keep him safe,
Yeah, you gotta make sure he doesn't drown. In the
with 2 inches of what?
But yeah, other than that, it's just been a lot of looking forward to Halloween and
for sure.
Planning everything. I brought something from Home Depot that we're gonna use, and you guys will see it when it happens.
For me, I went to Hell's Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It was beautiful. I loved it. The drive there, not the best because it was 2 hours and a half. Because we went during Labor Day weekend, so because the drive back wasn't bad. It was an hour and a half, so it wasn't too bad. But going there, horrible. But we got there. The food was delicious. The risotto, oh my God, it's so good. The scallops were good, but the risotto was the star. Even
really?
We got the beef Wellington, we got a ribeye, but that risotto stood out so much. Wow. It was so good. Yeah. So
now we gotta try it.
Yeah. But TMI though, I think I got food poisoning, but I think it's because the ribeye I got it medium rare, and my stomach sometimes will digest it just fine, and other times my stomach will get a little upset. But last night my stomach started hurting around midnight. I was up until 5, almost 6 in the morning, and just throwing up. I was showering because it was freaking hot. Mm-hmm. But if your stomach can't handle super rare meat, maybe get it medium. Oh, but also the couple next to us. So I don't know if they're not used to that kind of food, but the girl there ordered a filet mignon.
Yeah.
And she ordered it medium well, which my heart broke. But then also she asked for A1 steak sauce. And I was like, excuse. Literally, Derek could not control himself. And he literally went, ah. And we were both communicating with our eyes. We're like, what? But
they should have a Gordon Ramsay impersonator since he can't be there. So he could come out and be like, are you asking?
But overall the experience was super cool. They line up the chefs in the show. They're yelling their orders to each other.
Wow.
So it's so cool. It's very immersive. So if you can go, definitely check it out.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Despite the food poisoning. Gordon, I'm gonna need to talk to you.
Oh, one more thing. By the time this came out, I officially did my graduation walk last Friday. It's been 2 years. I graduated officially 2 years ago. I have my diploma. It's on the floor. Because I haven't been able to hang it. But yeah, our school offered, like, if you wanted to walk or not. I did it, and it was like, it was weird because they don't communicate with you. So I reserved, but then they never sent me a confirmation email to like confirm that I was there.
That's so weird.
So I was like, and so I emailed the lady like 2 weeks ago. She's like, oh yeah, we're going to be sending an email out soon. And then the annoying part is though, like the last time they did it was in June, and they had people only reserve up to 4 tickets for family and stuff. And I'm like, well, that sucks because I wanted my grandparents to be there. And then they brought it down to 3 for us. And I thought I found a loophole. I thought I was being smart. I was like, oh, let me just do multiple transactions.
Got it.
And so I got 8. And then the lady emailed me. She's like, oh, just so you know, like we only allow 3. So for any extra ones that you reserve, because it's free, any extra ones you reserve will just get canceled out.
Oh,
and I was like, okay. And I was like, is there any way I could just get 4? Because it's my parents and my 2 sisters, who's one of my sisters going to stay with. And so thankfully she was able to.
Oh, that's nice of her.
That. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. It was probably fun.
You'll probably get a Rio or something.
Probably. Maybe. Actually, maybe.
No commitment.
No commitment. If anything, I probably did a story. But yeah, that's all that's been going on. And that's also, I guess that's something I'm thankful for too, like being able to have the experience. Because I mean, I did do the high school graduation, and I know a lot of people, a lot of high schoolers didn't get that.
Oh, I know.
Because of
they
COVID.
didn't get a lot of stuff, which sucks.
No prom, no
grad night, no
and no walk.
Walk.
So that's nice that the school is like going back to our year and be like, if you didn't get to do it, we're giving you an opportunity to do it.
You graduated 2020?
Yeah. In October?
Oh, okay.
I finished in September, so I was going to be class of the October month.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay. Wow.
Spooky month. But yeah, I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to have the experience.
Right. What am I thankful for?
Not the medium rare.
I'm thankful that I was able to go finally to the Hell's Kitchen. I love the experience. The food was great, but my stomach said otherwise. So, but I don't think it was the food's fault. It was more so that my stomach, like, it happens, but it never happens that bad. But then again, it was a 12-ounce steak.
Oh, wow.
So, and on top of that, I got like a potato puree. Oh my goodness, that's another good thing. Thankful for that puree, but it had a lot of dairy, so I'm lactose. So you know.
Lactate? You didn't take lactate?
I forgot to take my lactose pills. I always have them with me, but I don't know how I forgot.
Just slipped your mind this time.
Yeah, I was just too excited.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we're going to get into the HR stories.
Yes.
We'll start off with the one that we got on Instagram. So just give me a couple of seconds. Okay. Found it. And she said we could say her name. Her name's Lucy. She sent us a DM saying, hey, girls, I have a topic that maybe... Sorry, I need to burp. Guess not. She said, hey, girls, I have a topic that maybe you can talk about in your podcast. So last night I went to a restaurant for the first time, and while I was getting my order, we all noticed that one of their TVs was playing porn in a big screen TV. Keep in mind, I was with my 2 daughters, ages 12 and 9, plus 3 other families. 2 of them walked out. And she sent us screenshots because she ended up DMing the restaurant. I don't want to say the restaurant's name because I don't want to get involved.
Yeah.
But she basically... in the DM to them, she was like, hey, this is what happened last night while I was there. We told the cashier that was working there what was happening, and he didn't do anything about it. And she gave him like her phone number to get in contact with them and everything. And then they responded with, hello, after checking the Wi-Fi settings, an unknown iPhone logged in and hacked the TV. I have the IP and information, and I'm looking into who it was. I have canceled free Wi-Fi at the restaurant until we fix this issue. Then they put, I apologize and would offer a complete refund on your order. I come from the tech business, so I know exactly what happened. I don't know. The way that they sent it.
I feel like it should have been a more apologetic.
Yeah.
Like, hey, thank you for reaching out. I'm so sorry for your experience. We'll look into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then say what happened. But they were just like, oh, this is...
Yeah, they didn't say... They only said, I apologize, I'm going to offer a complete refund. But it's like, okay, that's not... What about my kids that are scarred?
Right. And first of all, why would you have an open Wi-Fi for like the like TV? Like, I get having Wi-Fi for your guests, but you always want to separate, because you can always do that. You can have like a guest Wi-Fi and then like the actual Wi-Fi. It's just like, and why wouldn't your employees stop?
Just turn it off. Yeah.
It's like, especially if it's a family. If it was, adult, like, okay, still not okay, but you have adults there. This is a family restaurant. Like, why would you not quickly just turn it off?
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't know. I find those kind of restaurants sketch.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know why the cashier wouldn't
stop
unless it was like a young guy, like teenager. But even then, like, it's like, come on, just unplug the TV.
Yeah, you have. I'm pretty sure you had the remote like nearby.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I was just like, that's kind of.
It's weird.
From an HR perspective, if I would have heard, hey, this employee or this customer let this employee know and the employee didn't do anything, he would have probably been like either written up or fired for that, because like you're gonna lose a lot of customers that were there, and there's young kids.
I know,
like, that's especially depending on like also what stage in the video it was, like it was intro or it was like, right in the middle. Then it's very unprofessional. So.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
I would like to know what the HR person did.
I know.
If they had, I don't know restaurants. I don't know if restaurants would have,
because it looks their Instagram. It looks like a smaller business. So they have like a decent following, but
I don't know if they'll have like actual HR. I feel like restaurants wouldn't like chain.
Yeah, chain restaurants.
Yes, but this one, it doesn't seem like it would have like an official like corporate and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so, I don't know how much that employee got in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you're, because it's weird, because there's a speakeasy that I learned through one of my managers. Don't know why she was talking about it, but Matt also knows of it, where you go in and it looks like a adult shop, and when you go in, there's like porn playing, and then there's a way to get to the back where it's the speakeasy. It's like,
that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what I would do. I just wouldn't go back there.
I would, especially the way they handle the situation. I'd be like,
yeah.
Unless the food was like super good, I doubt I'd go back.
There's a lot of taco places around here.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
thousands. So pick something different.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever personally had an issue with HR though. I think the most that happened was when I got my first job at Six Flags. I told them that I have school Monday through Friday, and it was a part-time thing. So I was like, I'm pretty sure working weekends is fine. And they told me that it was.
Right.
And they kept scheduling me during the week. And so I went to talk to HR, and they're like, oh, well, we need to know ahead of time. And I'm like, I literally said it in my interview. And they're like, well, can we get the times for your classes? So maybe we can schedule you afterwards. And I'm like, I could do that, but the thing is, my times change every month, and I don't find out until the week before. So that's not enough time. And so they kept doing it. And every time I had new times, I would take it up. They're like, oh, well, it's going to take like 3 weeks to process. I'm like, well, it's happening next week.
In their defense, not that it...
No.
That it's okay, but when you're getting interviewed, that's what we call the talent acquisition, like the recruiters. And they don't always communicate with like HR, like what I do. Yeah. They're like, oh, here you go. Here's your candidate. They start blah, blah, blah. But they won't tell you like, oh, this person can do this. Or, so there was probably miscommunication in that end. But it still doesn't make it okay. Because the recruiter should have done better to like let them know, hey, this person is going to be part-time. They can do this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then go from there. But yeah, that's
I mean, I never got into an argument with anybody because I'm like, I don't think it's worth your or my time to get into this. Right. So, but yeah, thankfully they were like understanding. And once like I was there for a couple months, they like started knowing who I was, and they're like, oh, okay. So like they would help me out better up until I burned my foot.
See, what happened after your incident, that's a major red flag for HR. I would have been like, what?
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure.
You said the story.
Yeah. Got a 3rd-degree burn, and they still wanted me to finish my shift.
Especially, okay, so process, protocol, whatever, they should have sent you to the clinic. Mm-hmm. They would have, because that's workers' comp at that point. They would have sent you to whatever clinic that they use. Then they would have got the note from the doctor, hey, this person is placed off work or restrictions or whatever it is. And then they would say, hey, we can accommodate or we can't accommodate, and you wouldn't work. But they can't ask you to come back. They literally have to wait for that doctor's note, so that way they know, okay, is she fully cleared to return?
Yeah.
Or is she need to take time off? Or is she restricted to like only sit down for 8 hours or only use your whatever, you know? Mm-hmm. So they shouldn't have asked you for that. So that's a major flag.
And I even told them, I was like, first of all, I only have like 40 minutes left to my shift. It's closed. People are just cleaning. Like, do I have to? And I told them no eventually. Mm. And then, when I went to because they didn't send me to a clinic or anything. It was already the nighttime. So like, no hospitals were open except for urgent care and stuff like that. They
would have had to send you to whatever hospital. It can be an ER. They have to send you somewhere.
Wow. So I ended up driving to Hesperia. So an hour and a half. I had to stop because my foot was burning.
Oh my God.
And then I got there, showed my mom, and my mom's like, we gotta go. And the doctor was like, yeah, if it would have gone a little bit more to the side, I wouldn't have 2 toes.
Oh my goodness. Six Flags.
I know.
I hope you're doing better now.
It's a funny story now.
Not at the time.
No, not at the time. I have like, I used to use Snapchat when this happened. So like I have the memories pop up. And I was taking like videos of my foot. It's like through all the stages. Oh so I get a reminder once a year.
So you'll never forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, stuff like that is when HR has a bad rep.
Yeah.
And it's like that's not the way to deal with those situations.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like an injury at work. Mm-hmm. Actually, my brother just told me that he dropped a can on his foot. Oh. But also it pissed me off because I asked him, did you have your safety shoes on? Like your steel toes? He's like, no, I don't like those. It hurt me. I'm like, you are the problem. This is why you got injured. This is why we tell you to put your steel toes, because shit like that's going to happen. So I was like, I don't feel too bad because you weren't following protocol. But also was like, okay, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
But things like that, like I have to see it from 2 points, like as a human or like off of HR, and then as an HR person, like it pisses me off. Like, what the fuck, dude? Mm-hmm. You're the reason why I hate my life sometimes. Not my life, my job. My job. Let me correct that. But so, I actually have 2 stories that happened at some point in my career. Mm-hmm. I don't want to specify when, but one, an employee brought in bullets to our job. So the employee who told us about it, we were all freaking out. Like, given the situation that's going on here, I was just like, why would he bring bullets? Yeah. Like, is he, I automatically got scared. I'm like, I don't feel safe coming into work. But it all got cleared out. He was selling the bullets to another employee, but he didn't want to leave him in the car because it was hot. Oh, okay. So, but we fixed that. He was very regretful and very sorry, so he was good.
That's
nothing
good.
to worry about.
Yeah, so, that's good.
And the second one, we found out that an employee was punching in or clocking in for another employee. So the employee was scheduled to come in at 4. So the person would punch in at 4. But then the actual employee wouldn't come in until 6. Wow. So it's 2 hours of,
them getting paid for nothing.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, like, we have cameras in that facility. So it's like, how did you think you weren't going to get caught? So, that's crazy. That was intense. I was like, people, how do people think of these things? And like, what do you get out of it? The person who's clocking in for the person, like, you're not getting money.
You're not getting
unless there was some kind of arrangement. But
that's true. But
at the same time, it's like, why would you risk your job?
Yeah,
you know,
that's the main thing.
Things you deal with in HR, and like, what?
I know
what is going on.
All right. So I went on to Reddit because I'm getting better at that, guys. Getting better at navigating through Reddit, and this is one of the popular ones. It's a little long, but again, it's one of the most popular ones. So this one goes, or did you want to read it?
You can read it, it's fine.
Okay. It's titled I'm an HR and I just need to get this off my chest. Writing this just to get it off my chest because I want to cry. Me too.
I feel you. I have those days too.
So I'm a 22-year-old female, a fresh grad, and I got a job as an HR in a small firm. For context, I'm the only HR here, and there are less than 20 employees in my office. We just had an office outing a couple of weeks ago. It's basically a paid vacation for 3 days, with 2 days on the road and 1 day with full itinerary. I have my own opinion about this, but that's another story. Back to the problem. Today, 2 of our employees submitted their resignation letters. This pissed my boss off because, quote, we spent money for the outing and now they're basically being ungrateful, end quote. So my boss told me to make all of our employees sign a pact tomorrow that states if the employee participated in the outing 2 weeks ago, they can't resign for the next year.
Not okay at all.
If they want to resign, they need to pay around 60% of their monthly paycheck as a penalty. And if they refuse to sign the pact, my boss won't give out their reference letter. I was shocked. That's beyond cruel. I'm currently going through the laws about workers' rights with my friend. I have no intention of making our employees sign that ridiculous pact. Oh, yeah. I'm just bewildered and at a loss for words. And then she put additional notes. I don't live in the US. Some of you gave legal advice, which I really appreciate, but probably work different for my country. That's why I'm asking my friend who's a law graduate who just hasn't taken the bar exam yet about the law in our country. 2, I referred the letter I mentioned in some kind of certificate of employment that basically said you've worked in the place. It's needed to claim Social Security, insurance, and pension claim from the government. And 3, if you live in the same country as me, please don't make any article about this or worse, bring it up on Twitter. I want to stay as anonymous as the internet lets me. That's why I posted on Reddit instead of making a Twitter thread.
Got it.
Okay, and then she did do an edit that said people are asking if I can give out the employee's reference letter. Legally, no, because it needs to be signed by my boss, and I'd be at risk of getting sued myself for forgery. And she put an update. My boss doesn't want to listen when I basically listed all of the laws we'd be breaking by giving this to the employees. I made sure the employees know of what's to come, and some of them already talked about getting the Ministry of Workforce involved. Good luck to my boss, LMAO.
See, this is the thing. As HR, you can present everything to them.
Yeah.
But if they still want to move forward with it, you kind of just have to go, and they're just putting themselves with liability that they can come back and sue, say, hey, they made me sign this or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what country they're in, but in the US, that would not fly at all.
That's crazy. I'm just thinking about, like, if someone were to come up to me and be like, sign this so it doesn't let you. Because I know that there's contracts in certain
industries.
Yeah. But if I'm working at, like, like retail.
I was going to say, there is those contracts where, especially, like, if they pay for you to, like, say you're from Texas and they're moving you to California, then, yes, they can have you sign, like, hey, if you leave the company within less than a year, you have to repay a certain amount for your living expenses or your relocation package.
And that's reasonable because they tell you that before you start working.
Right.
But in this case, it's like, you're already working there and they're like, you have to sign this or else you're going to lose either way. Because
it's like, how, I mean, okay, I get it because I'm thinking it from a big corporation. This is a small firm. But it's like, if your employees really valued your company, why would they want to resign?
Yeah.
You know?
And it doesn't sound like.
I was going to say the boss doesn't seem, it's like red flags everywhere. So I'm just like, I would have quit that.
Yeah, if you were her.
If I were her, I'm like, sorry. Bye. You're on your own.
Just, like, get everybody to quit. You're like, what's he going to do?
Right? It's like.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's very sketch. I'm just like, I don't know.
So, when was this posted? Don't know.
Okay, so we moved on to another Reddit, and it's going to be, if you work or worked in HR, what are some unbelievable reasons you'd have to fire someone? I would say mine, but I'd rather not. For legal purposes, Okay, first one, had someone call in and say that he was calling out so he could go to the club. It was a 5 p.m. shift.
I mean, he's honest.
I mean, go live your life. Why not?
And then another one said, wow, I have stories on stories. My favorite one would be, I worked as a manager for a healthcare company. Because we are dealing with patients' sensitive information, you must be at home. It was a remote job and in a quiet, secure location. One of my employees wasn't making phone calls, and when asked why, he mentioned he was at a funeral.
What the hell?
What the fuck? He kept doing stupid shit like that, not doing his work, but still getting paid. We ended up having to let him go. That's the thing, though, because a lot of people like remote jobs because, like, I've been seeing a trend on like the Disneyland side of TikTok where people who work from home will take their iPads to Disneyland, do like an hour of work, and then just spend their time over there.
That's, I mean, okay, if you can get your work done,
yeah,
then great. But
also, if you're lying about it and like,
yeah, I can get it. I mean, sometimes you can get 8 hours worth of work done in like 4, which is fine. Yeah. You're getting your work done. But if you're literally just doing not even the bare minimum, like literally send one email and you're done for the day, like,
like if it was that easy,
right?
There's another Ask Reddit thread that says, human resource employees, what's your best HR nightmare stories?
All right. First one place I used to work, one of the upper management guys who was in charge of the warehouse would hop on the forklift and do donuts. He had colon cancer and was always having surgeries to remove another section of colon. So he had a colostomy bag. He would like to squeeze air out of his out of his bag while he was doing donuts on the forklifts. It would waft this good awful stench everywhere. Ew. Everyone thought it was hilarious and would immediately run outside for a smoke break until the scent dissipated. The smell was bad enough it made a coworker puke.
A colonoscopy. I might be wrong, but isn't that in the anus?
Yeah, it is.
That's why it's.
So, I think that was it for that one. But that's disgusting.
I know.
Why would you do that as a joke?
I know. And just the forklift by itself doing donuts, that's so dangerous.
I'm like,
and then just to make it worse, it smells. It's a little baggy.
That's disgusting, guys.
Okay, there's let's see this one. My friend was doing hiring for a staffing agency during college. A guy who we went to high school with came in looking for a job. He told the candidate that he had 2 jobs. One paid $10 an hour and the other paid $11. The only thing was that the $11 an hour job requires a drug test, and if you fail the drug test, you can't get either. He said that he wanted the $11 an hour job. Now we knew him well enough to know that he liked smoking, so my friend reiterated the drug test failure rule. Dude said he was good on Friday to take the test Monday. Come Monday, he took the drug test, pissed hot for weed, cocaine, and amphetamines, and some other shit that gets out of your system in 48 hours.
What?
So he was doing it. He could have stopped and then passed the drug test, but no. I mean, that's just addiction.
Honestly, that's so common. Okay, not the other ones, but weed is very common. That.
Do you think it's lightening up?
We definitely lighten on that. So now, as long as you don't test positive for any other drug aside from weed, we let you work.
Oh, okay.
But also, I see the liability for certain companies that, like, people who are working with heavy machinery, because it's hard with weed, because you could have got high the day before, come to work not high, sober, but if you get tested, you're still gonna show up. Yeah, it's still gonna show up. So it's like, it's so hard to deal with weed specifically, But I think some companies are definitely lighting up. Some companies are very still old school. Yeah, and I get it, because if they were to be coming in high and they get in an accident, that's on them, right? So,
I actually, Matt the other day told me that because this will be the last one. He told me that. Because his job, they order through like Grubhub and everybody puts in their order and then they just bring it to them. And he said that he put the order for it to be there at 12:30 And it was like 12:40. And one of the guys asked Matt, like, what time is going to be here? Because I have a meeting at 1. And Matt was like 12:30. So it looks bad on him because it's late.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's through Grubhub, it's like the restaurant gets the order. They give the order to the driver. And then it's the driver to the person who orders it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was already like 12:45. And the guy Matt texts the guy. And no, sorry. He calls the shop where he got the food from.
Okay.
He's like, hey, like, I just wanted to check on my, like, order. And they're like, oh, well, the guy took it, like, 10 minutes ago. And it's like, at that point, he was like, I was frustrated at the restaurant, but it wasn't necessarily their fault. But it's also, like, you don't know what to do in that situation. And so the guy eventually got there at 1.
Wow.
And Matt was like, you could immediately tell he was high.
Oh,
like, he didn't even care. After, like, when Matt was like, hey, like, this was supposed to be here, he didn't care. And it's like, that's the bad thing, because yes, like, those food delivery services, you're a contractor, so like it doesn't really matter. You don't have to take a drug test. You get a background check, but that's about it. Yeah. So, but when it starts affecting like other people, that's messed up.
At least he got the food though.
Yeah, imagine if you would have just
because I've ordered, and I believe it was Grubhub as well. From McDonald's.
Yeah,
I didn't get my food. I saw, because you know how you can track it.
Yeah.
He got to McDonald's. He was supposedly on his way. Never showed up.
What the heck?
I was so pissed because I was so fucking hungry. So I ended up having to go by myself. But they gave me a refund.
Well, yeah, that's good.
But I was like so pissed. I was like, I was looking forward to
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess it's the universe saying don't eat McDonald's. And I don't think I ended up getting McDonald's. I was so pissed. I ended up getting some other stuff.
I know.
But
it's always when you want it though. Because I forgot the other day I was like craving something and an horchata. And I got from a taco place. And I was like, ooh, I'm so ready for it. Got here. They forgot my drink.
Oh, that sucks. That's the worst.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's it.
That's our HR stories from Reddit. And personally, I've had a lot more. But that would take a whole hour. So let's not get into it.
Yeah. So moral of this episode, be careful of how you talk to HR.
And
be mindful of their feelings.
HR is not always your enemy, okay?
Yeah.
I know we have a friend who he hates HR, but the stories he tells him, like, there's a reason why you hate him. Like, I would hate him too. So not every HR person is horrible.
Yeah.
You know? I like to say that I'm not that way. But I know once being in HR for like the amount of years some people are, you're like, I see why they're the way they are. So I'm only like 5-6 years in, so I got a while to go before I end up being like those people.
But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. If you want to keep up with more of what we're doing, we're gonna be posting a lot more spooky stuff because summer is coming to an end next
the 22nd.
Yeah, sometime soon. And we'll update you guys on our summer bucket list. I need to like scramble.
I know I'm not gonna just disclaimer now, I'm not gonna complete everything.
Oh yeah, me neither. Me neither. I've accepted, but I'm like, I have enough to do certain things. I just need to do it.
Yep.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you want to follow along with that, at 2 Girls on a Mic, our personal ones are in the description. But with that being said, you guys will see us on the next one.
Bye.